When did you realize trust can be the most dangerous thing you give? The doctor rewrapped Mira's wrists one last time and said she'd try again within 48 hours if someone wasn't watching her every second. My sister Franny arrived just as the doctor finished speaking, and I nearly collapsed with relief. She'd been sober 5 years after her own sewer slide attempt, making her the only person who understood what Mira needed. "I've got tonight," she said confidently, hugging us both. "You need sleep, I need time with my niece." We drove home, and for 3 hours, everything seemed perfect. Franny played cards with Mira, got her to eat, and made her smile. When we went to bed at 10, Franny sat alert beside Mira's bed with coffee and a book, looking exactly like the guardian angel we needed. I went to bed at 9, finally getting my first real sleep in 4 days. But by 11 o'clock, I'd later learned she'd opened a wine bottle hidden in her overnight bag, telling herself just one glass would calm her nerves. By midnight, the entire bottle was empty, and Franny had moved from Mira's bedside chair to the living room couch, where she passed out completely. At 2 in the morning, Mira found her aunt unconscious next to empty wine bottles and Franny's 5-year sobriety coin in the trash. Mira left a note saying, "Even Aunt Franny can't stand to be around me," and took the car keys. Then I got a call at 3 a.m. from the police, explaining they'd found Mira standing on the bridge ledge. I screamed for Franny, but she was too wasted to wake up. They told me Mira jumped before they could reach her, but the safety net caught her fall, leaving her with broken bones and internal injuries that would take months to heal. Mira spent 3 months hospitalized with broken ribs and internal injuries when Junior, the night janitor, first noticed her crying alone. He was a Gulf War veteran who jumped from the same bridge 10 years earlier, saved by the same net. Shortly after noticing her, Junior started leaving origami cranes on her nightstand, never speaking until Mira asked him to teach her. "The net caught me too," he told her while demonstrating each fold during his breaks. I spent a long time thinking I was too broken for anyone to want around. Night after night, Junior kept watch, sharing how PTSD had nearly ended him and how he'd found purpose afterward. He helped Mira understand that Franny getting wasted wasn't about her being too much to handle, but about Franny not being strong enough to face her own demons. Night after night, he kept watch over her, doing exactly what Franny had promised, staying present. Eventually, he connected Mira to a teen program at the Veterans Center. Mira was terrified at first, convinced the other teens would judge her, but found herself surrounded by kids who understood the weight of wanting to die. For the first time since the attempt, she didn't feel like a burden or someone too broken to save. I actually had hope that she would make it out of this alive. Then, Franny visited 2 months later, newly sober. When she saw how happy Maya was, she went around telling anyone who'd listen how her tough love approach gave Mira the wake-up call she needed. She even cornered us at the hospital to say, "Sometimes you have to hit rock bottom to rise up." Mira laughed, actually laughed, and said, "Whatever helps you sleep at night, Aunt Franny," before going to talk to Junior. 2 years passed before Franny called about her son's own attempt. "Please, he won't stop cutting and I haven't slept in days. I need someone to take one night. Just one night so I can sleep," she sobbed. "Mira needed one night too," I said. "You slept through it." The line went quiet for a long moment before Franny completely broke down. She started rambling about how this was different because he was her actual son, as if that somehow made Mira's life less valuable that night. Her final words before I hung up were about not letting her baby die because I hated her, but all I could think about was standing in that hospital bathroom 2 years ago, praying my baby would survive the night her aunt chose wine over watching her. In the end, Franny couldn't manage alone and started drinking again after 2 sleepless weeks. As for Mira, she volunteers at the Teen Crisis Center where Franny's son landed after CPS took him, never telling him she understands his scars because of his mother.